And then you give Argentina, which is our second biggest competition in the world. They're the largest exporters of soybean meal in the world. So I get up one morning, I turn the news on, and you give $20 billion of taxpayer money to my competition. And then the Chinese buy, I think the figure is 30 or 40 containers, ships, which is about 65,000 metric tons per ship, which is like 2.2 million bushels. So they buy $12 or $14 billion worth of soybeans from the Argentinians after the tax holiday. And here's the caveat to it. They get $2.30 over the November board, while I'm getting 50 cents under the November board. So that makes the Argentinian soybeans about $12.42 a bushel. I think that's the real figure they gave. So all my premium, well,
y'all, you gotta love it. Do I need to remind y'all, the last time that Orange Fool was in the Oval Office, do I need to remind y'all what happened? Same thing happened. This idiot comes in with his tariffs, wrecks the economy, destroys farmers. Take your pick. Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nebraska. Any place where you got farmers, they got screwed. $25 billion in taxpayer money given to farmers because of his dumbass trade policies. So what does he do? He runs on the same policies. And you know what these dumbass white farmers do? Give me my MAGA hat. I love me some Donald Trump. And here we are, 10 months later, and they're crying like some babies. Oh my God, we're losing. The same playbook. And guess what Republicans are now talking about doing? Because Trump is now freaking out. They're talking about putting together a package.
You know, as a farmer, we get up one morning and you give Argentina, which is our second biggest competition in the world. They're the largest exporters of soybean meal in the world. So I get up one morning, I turn the news on, and you give $20 billion of taxpayer money to my competition. And then the Chinese buy, I think the figure is 30 or 40 containers.
Oh, that is Trump for you, that is. Oh, it does give me one fuzzy pain inside, that too. I know, you shouldn't, wish ill on the, how to put it, on the lack of thinking. But they voted for this mess, that they did. Well, I have to admit, though, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic in many ways. Because Trump's ambitions are failing. Curtsy Alvin, for instance, he's a bit concerned, he is. He thinks that the MAGA movement is failed already. He's already taken a hit. He believes that if it fails completely, he's going to have to leave the country, he said. Yeah, oh well, never mind. So it does give me a warm fuzzy feeling inside. They won't inflict pain on ordinary folk. So I quite like it when there's a few people who return the favour. Yep. But I do wonder that those people in Portland, I don't get it. You've got the Second Amendment, and if you're going to be locked up anyway, shoved in El Salvador or something like that, well, you think maybe they'd be a bit more aggressive, if you know what I mean. I don't understand why. I'd actually thought you'd had martial law by now. I'd have thought people kicked off. I really do. No. No. Oh, it's raining in Canada, on the west coast.
All right. Is this live or you?
Live, yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know?
No.
You didn't got live drinking your orange?
Hiya.
I can't get the camera far enough away. Oh dear. Well then, never mind.
Nice sunny here today.
It's a lovely day today, isn't it? Never mind that. And we've got a baguette traditional here in France. And some spreadable butter. We didn't get butter because don't be funny. There'd been a block of ice. It might be a bit hard, might it, darling?
It might get soft in time.
Imagine France.
It's a lovely day.
Yep.
The temperature is.
In the Limousin of France, you saw that south central France. Very rural. It's a nice place.
19 degrees.
Probably very similar to some areas in Canada, to be honest.
19 at the moment. It's a high of 24 today.
Yeah, is it? That there's a lot of people wanting to leave the United States to go to Canada. Do you know that?
Yeah, probably. I would if I was
Well, I was
them.
playing, I don't know if you heard it, I was playing a TikTok of somebody who very emotional, and they're basically looking for a job. So I might play it on this channel at some point. They're looking for a job in Canada because they need a job before they can apply for the for the permits and stuff. I don't know what scheme that'd be under, but very, very clever trans lady. And yeah, they feel threatened, to feel
Maybe
in danger.
Maybe you should look and see what different types of visas there are, so you could do a video.
Well, we know
on
about France, don't we? The basics of moving to France.
Yeah, but Canada, you don't know Canada, so maybe that's a good idea for you to actually look it up, so you can actually, or someone can maybe tell us.
Yeah, the thing about, I'm sure I can find out on the Canada's own website. They'll have a government website. That'll be on there. Always go to the source. Be careful where you find the information. So in France, for instance, if you want to move to France, you do need to make sure that you can survive for the first 12 months, because you can get a 12-month visa, can't you? And in that time, you're supposed to be able to support yourself effectively.
And have medical insurance.
Oh, you got medical insurance. It wasn't that expensive, though, was it?
No.
Then you then apply for a carte de séjour, and that's on the 10th month.
Yeah, which will give you a 5-year one.
Yeah, 5-year carte de séjour. So yeah, I've almost got that. The thing about it, the fees and that are really cheap. They're not expensive.
I'm sure there's lots of Americans moving to Australia and Canada and England and France.
How small is this internet thing? I don't know how small it is, but how big is it?
What's that?
Hello in Oxford. Okay, well, when's the last time I went to Oxford? We haven't been to Oxford, have we? I went to Oxford when I was working for Coes,
I never
Norwich
been to
photographers.
Oxford.
We did, and Cambridge, another well-known university.
Been to Nottingham, haven't we?
I'd love to move to the UK, says Melanie. My gran was born in the UK, and I've never met any of her family.
Oh, whereabouts?
Yeah, we're based in the UK. We're from Norfolk in the UK. It's east of England, then Norwich. I was born at a place called Thorpe St Andrew. Were you hospital born or?
No,
You're home.
Silver Road, Norwich.
You're Silver at Norwich. It's Thorpe St Andrew. And then we moved to Sallows, didn't we? You moved
we
about
were
quite a
at
bit.
House for years, weren't we?
Yeah. It's near Wroxham in Norfolk. Norfolk's a nice place.
Norfolk Broads.
It's a nice place. It's like everywhere in the UK, and with the rise of the right and Nigel Farage, would I want to move to the UK? No. I'd wait until Nigel Farage isn't a thing.
And I built in houses, though. You know where Debbie used to live?
Mm-hmm.
The fields between there and Station Road, they're building thousands and thousands of houses. They're building a secondary school and a primary school as well.
Building all over the place, aren't they? Shame more nature gets lost, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need somewhere to live, but
They've been protesting for that,
Are they?
for years. Yeah.
But the thing is, you say, the way I see it is that we're building the wrong houses in the UK. We need to be building more, because our lifestyle changes too quickly.
Apartments?
Well, maybe apartments, but we need to be building
Nice
up.
big parks.
But also the way they build them. you know, prefab type houses, you know, like they don't have to be like wartime prefabs, do they? They can be nice, you know, hoof houses and stuff. But the thing about them is, you see, you can build them with recyclable materials,
Yeah.
and the amount of energy needed to build them can be relatively very low. Building a house in a controlled environment makes a lot of sense anyway. I've been on the building sites and that, and there's nothing controlled about it, right? Half the time you're working in mud, all sorts of shit's happening, things fall off the scaffolds, it's just a mess.
Things get stolen.
Things get stolen, yeah.
I think they have to build so many eco houses when they build, but I don't think that's a big thing. I
It's
think
what they
just need to have
class as
solar
an
panels.
on the
I
roof
think
or
most
something.
of them got solar panels.
It's not an
or
eco house, is it?
something. Got some people watching you.
Please feed the birds.
Well,
We do feed the birds. It's not making lots of crumbs.
Also, I think our garden is a haven for birds.
That is,
Even if we don't put any food out, there's
Yeah.
loads of food there.
because we're planted for the birds. We've also been planting trees for the birds. And
Like our thornless blackberries this year, there was some are like so high you can't get them.
No,
So we
that's
thought,
it.
Oh, well, leave them for the birds.
and also we've got more fruit trees than what we can consume ourselves.
We
And bushes and
We
shrubs.
feed the wasps too.
So we feed the wasps as well.
And the
and,
mice.
and hornets.
And the mice. Mice eat the tomatoes. Snails. Slugs.
I don't want to feed them. They're a nuisance.
They're all creatures.
They are. So yeah,
I think
we
dog
must
might-
feed the
dogs might
birdies,
be fed
especially in the
too.
winter.
Where's the other one? There, yeah, oh, it's not you.
You take care, cheeky. And the kneecappers. And the birds feed us too. I suppose, yes. The chickens, the turkeys,
actually,
the pigeons.
The times that we have random vegetables or random trees and things growing, which I'm sure is to do with the birds, we sort of suddenly, oh, what's that doing there? At the moment, we've got a shard growing in the middle of our grass. Well, we didn't put it there. We found mushrooms yesterday, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, guys, just like field mushrooms on one of our fields.
On our field and found them.
So we'll cook them up later, won't we?
Yep.
And there's a random fig tree growing in my driveway.
And one in the barn.
We've got one inside the barn.
Yeah.
We've got a fig tree growing inside the
Yeah,
barn.
you said, yeah. You remember this is your.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Don't know. Obviously can't stay there. I don't actually like figs, so the figs are for the birds and the bees.
I did have some figs the other day and they were really nice.
Were they?
Yeah, cherries.
All right. There's loads on our tree.
Mm.
Well, shall we want any?
Well, no, because they've got their own tree.
Oh, all right. So because we're not using them.
All trees.
Put some of the, we sort of swap with French neighbours because they like to do
Yeah.
this swapping thing. So you take them figs and tomatoes or whatever round, and then they'll bring you like a jar of jam round or something, wouldn't they? Chutney or something.
Hello, Alistair. Hope you're well, my friend. Hey, Gina. Hope you're well.
Can you ask them to look at that video if they don't mind? The safe one.
There's a bit, my daughter supplied me a video from my granddaughter, and I put it on the channel, in the shorts on the channel. If anyone could actually just go and comment on there, that'll make her feel good, you know.
It's called Safe.
Yes. Got granddaughter in the title. Bon appetit. Just got bread and butter.
No, Auntie also has.
No, don't show the salt with the Pringles. What are you doing?
Only because I think it's only the second time since we've been here that we've actually found salt and vinegar Pringles.
They never have them.
We weren't going to eat crisps because we think we need to.
We
be
said
more
no, didn't we?
healthy, and then we found them.
Then we was like, no, that's it. I got to now.
I had enough.
I've had enough bread now as well. what's going on in this chat.
They have the Pringles, we can just eat them.
I'll have a Pringle. Then. We should have got 2 packets.
Yeah. Just eat them. Need to get a baby wipe.
She's there, there's the missus.
Hello. Just go get a baby wipe to wipe the knives.
So, S&S are the best. Pringles, salt and vinegar are the best. There, shut on, another bomb. Crikey. I'd come across a video clip, I mentioned a minute ago actually, of a trans woman who very, very scared at the moment and wants to move to Canada, which obviously is a more inclusive country, sadly. It's what's going on in the US is not just scary, but it's depressing, isn't it? You know, so depressing. And there's Portland. Just eating your lunch, I understand what you're having. Oh, can make I mean, there's make a campaign for malt vinegar Pringles with salt, sea salt. What do you reckon? Malt vinegar? That'd be nice.
Yeah. I can't find any container.
And balsamic vinegar Pringles. Oh,
Find a water container for the dogs. You must have put in the camper van.
there we go. We keep buying this stuff. It's all like multinational companies are making the billionaires richer. We should be investing in seed and just grow our own bloody food.
What's
Cripple these
Pringles?
companies.
What's
Yeah, but they're growing on a tree, aren't they?
what Pringles are?
Yeah, Pringles are growing on a tree. That's what I've heard. All packaged and ready to go.
Then we've got
You get the salt and
potatoes.
vinegar tree. You get the sour cream and onion tree.
You've got to try and make your
Bacon
own crisps.
tree.
You have to try and make your own crisps.
We have in the past, but they were greasy as hell. Remember? A long time ago. Balsamic and olive oil. Oh, sounds really good, that it does. Oh, crikey. Mmm. Oh, roast beef and basket. A horseradish.
Wow.
Oh, we've got horseradish in the garden. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did once, though, right? I know it's not exactly political, but it's... When I first put her horseradish... When I first got the horseradish and started growing it, you know, doing really well with this horseradish, I thought, oh, no, it's about time to harvest some. So I thought, I'll harvest this horseradish. And they said, when I was looking for the menu, how to actually process it into horseradish sauce, like Coleman's horseradish sauce. It said, grate the horseradish. And I thought, okay, I'll grate the horseradish. So I did. I grated the horseradish with a grater, that cheese grater. My eyes, the fumes, oh my God, they literally blew up. It was like horrendous. Talking about sort of like horrendous argyle it was. You know, if you've been welding or what have you, with no mask on. But you know, it wasn't great. Needless to say, every time I process it now, I do it in a rowboat, you know, Maggi mix type thing, you know, and at a distance. That was horrendous. There was a farm actually where we used to live, just down the road from us, that used to grow horseradish, and they had like crews of people in these barns with all these tables laid out with all the horseradish on, right? And there they were with their knives, scraping off all the bits, trimming all the bits and pieces on this horseradish, ready to go off to market. So it's all, it's hand jobs, you know, jobs using your hands. And a lot of those people, they can't even get in the country, let alone work in the country. This is obviously in the UK, it's from Norfolk.
Yeah,
Can you remember that Bond farm, Caroline? What's that?
I was trying to give him some water, but
He could drink out of a cup, is he? Look at it. What's that all about?
she do, but
What is she? What's she doing? What straw?
she might do.
Talk about the dogs. Apparently she was drinking out of a cup. But he won't. Where is he? He's there somewhere. Oh, there. Oh, there's his tail. Shall I cut it off? No. Be my lucky Sebastian tail. Horseradish is great for the sinuses. Maybe that's what I've got to do, darling. Because I have a sinus issue. I produce too much phlegm. and it bugs my vocal cords up and stuff. So that's why I sound weird. So it's just, yeah, maybe I should, inhale the horseradish.
I'm going to take them up there.
Oh, I don't.
Come on then.
Yeah, they're lovely guys.
There.
Mint helps. When I have a sinus blockage. Yeah, we have some mint. Do I like Diddy? No. No. Do I like Trump? No. I don't like fascists or rapists. I don't know why that is. They don't get into my moral values, or the fact they ain't got any at all. Hey, hello, Clem Lowe's. Good morning from Canada. Elbows up, you must. I really want to go to Canada. I've never been to Canada. I really want to go now. And I've taken a bit of interest in it recently because I've been sort of following the news over there and what's been going on. And it feels like something like a kindred spirits, so to speak, you know. A lot of people, I'm not saying everybody's the same because you've got Mabel Maga, haven't you? But I do like this. I love the boycotts. I love the fact that people in Canada are standing up for themselves. And it feels really important at the moment. Really, really important. And the more we can show people what's going on in Canada regarding the boycotts and actually trying to pull themselves away from the United States, being less dependent on the United States, I feel that's something we should all be doing. And we should all be reducing or boycotting buying goods from the United States. And in this environment, while Donald Trump is, crikey, the orange von Schützenpanzer, is the actual president of the United States, I just feel that we all have to stick together. Like-minded people need to stick together and fight against these people. And the thing that really hurts them is the money. The one thing that they are scared of is actually not having it. You know, once you're a billionaire, you'll never. Oh, once you're a billionaire, you'll never go back to a millionaire. And once you're a millionaire, you never want to go back to a thousandaire, if that was ever a thing. I sound like an old sea dog, yeah, shivering my timbers, yeah. I'm gonna send you down to old Davy Jones's locker. If you're not careful, I'll keel haul you. Oh well. Oh no, I'd love to keel haul. If I had ropes strong enough, maybe use chains. I'd love to keel haul Donald Trump. You know, pull him over the old barnacles. I want to see whether he's orange all the way through. Yeah, you know. Or is it just on the surface? Is his orange just skin deep? Oh dear. And also, I want to maybe burn him at stake to see if he's the devil. Yeah, or a duck and stool. Yeah, all those kind of things. I think they're very sensible methods of seeing whether or not these people are evil. They all are, every politician. Oh, what's that? What was? Love the weather. 14 degrees C in southern Norway. Oh, in southern Norway. I hope you're having a lovely day. It's whack-a-mole time. Cheers, Tom. Having fun there, whacking the old moles. Is it whack-a-mole or whack-a-troll? Hey, this guy, Kyle. Hello, this guy, Kyle. All kinds of food there, weren't there, mate? Yeah, it's a nice day here today. The sun's out, it's cool, a bit of a brisk air. It kind of feels like spring weather, even though it's autumn. You know, the leaves are starting to turn and falling off the trees. Yeah, it's quite a high little spot here. It's quite nice. You've got the Gartomp River here. We're in San Juan. San Juan. So it's quite a nice place. And they just renovated all these buildings at the back there. They've just been done the last few years. I don't know what they're for now, whether they're what nursing homes or something, I don't know. Yeah, someone mentioned there about evolving. Now, people pulling away from the right or realising that they've been lied to, and they've been kind of snake oil salesmen, kind of by certain rather foul individuals. And they're fake promises, promises that were impossible to keep. That's typical from far-right politicians. The same with Nigel Farage in the UK. You've got Donald Trump and what have you, all his ilk. They can't keep their promises. In fact, they're just making everything like... Well, he said he's going to end the war, didn't he? He said he's going to make everybody richer, effectively. There'll be so much money, he says, so much money. You won't know what to do with it, there'll be so much money. And everybody is a shitload worse off. And I'm really worried at the moment. It's not on my phone. I'll make a video about this later. So there is the Mac index. Now bear with me. I'm talking about the Big Mac index. There is an actual index called the Big Mac index that a lot of economists use to see what the state of play is in the real world, so to speak, and people spending. Because it's one of the places that if the poorer in society, I say poor, that's not fair, people with less money in society who weren't spending in those places stop spending, well, that just means there's less spending power for everybody right across the board. They call it the Mac index, and this last 6 months it's shown that that McDonald's is in the negatives now, like losses. So that is not a good sign. If McDonald's is losing money, that ain't a good sign, is it? It's called the Mac index. Not the mac and cheese, no. There's France. There must be a church from... There is actually, literally... Can you see it there? No, you can't. There's literally one over there. And that's called Notre Dame. Come over the bridge. There's a bridge over there. You come over the bridge, and then you've got... Well, on that side of the river, you've got Notre Dame Church. Also, there's 2 more churches in Saint-Juin as well. So, not 2. No, there's only one there. Sorry, there's only one church there. See, it's quite funny about the church. She said, what often happens with these English churches or French churches, same, right, in Europe, quite often there's rivalry amongst the rich people, the nobles and stuff, And one noble builds a church, and their brother or sister or another noble says, "I'm going to build a church, but it's going to be taller than your church, so it'll be closer to God." Now, the same thing happened to a little place called Woodbastrick in Salhouse, where I used to live, not far from where I used to live. Salhouse, Woodbastrick, or was it Ramworth? I think it was Woodbastrick. But anyway, 2 churches. One is a bit of a ruin now, and the other one is the one that they use still. But yeah, they're beautiful. As far as the churches and the architecture is concerned, it fascinates me because I'm a creative person. The skills that went into that, unbelievable skill. Limited, no mechanics, is it? It's just all, handwork, That's when like the carpenters and the masons and all that were highly respected individuals, Same with the blacksmiths and what, They had some standing. They were highly respected. But then obviously got all the little helpers were the ones that were being abused. France needs to work on their pub seats to church seats ratio. On their pub seats to church. What the fuck are you on about? In the UK, though, in Norwich, where I'm from, there used to be a pub for every day of the year. Every day of the year, there was 300 odd pubs in the UK. And now it seems like we lose one every single week in the UK. Which is a bit of a shame, but it's a sign of the times, isn't it? And the taxation don't help, the cost of living crisis don't help. A lot of these pubs that are still in existence, they've gone into like franchises and just selling the same old shit everywhere. Like the Waterstones type pubs. Even they're not real pubs, they're fake pubs. And all these places like that, they're all going the wrong way. the soul. There's no soul in them anymore. You know, there's a few old traditional pubs out there. But the soul is gone. Like I say, but Waterstones, for instance. Now, Caroline, she went back in England. She had a meal with a friend in a place called Bella Italia. And it's supposed to be an Italian restaurant, you know, supposedly. But when they tell you we'll run out of that, we haven't got any in the freezer. Well, you might as well go to McDonald's, mightn't you? You know, if they're going to just defrost and heat up your food. And she said it was like cardboard. It wasn't good. It was some pizza or whatever they had. Was it pizza? Can't remember. Anyway, pasta, and the pasta was shit. You know, we need to go back to the roots. You know, if businesses want to survive, they need to pull away from industrialised food and actually make the bloody stuff. You know, have a proper chef or someone who loves what they're doing. Heating things up in a bloody microwave and shoving it on your plate. Oh, well, that's not. It's not a restaurant, is it? It's not a restaurant. You might as well go home and do it yourself. It's just ridiculous. And so many places do that now. All these franchise places you get out there, they're all being, you know, like, very few of them use fresh food and what have you. So it's a bit of a shame, really. The thing about food is, you know, once you've had a bad bite, you're never going to go back again, are you? You don't build up a customer base that way, do you? It's like me in my woodworking. If I do a bad job for someone and say, for instance, I don't actually deal with it or sort it out, that is going to be a real foul taste in their mouth, isn't it? They're never going to come back to me for future work, are they? It's just not going to happen. I think these hotel protests we see every weekend a little to do with the lack of pubs. Well, because they're bored. It's a bit like having playgrounds for the kids. So instead they go off and find their field and set like the hay bales. It's a bit like that. You've got bored adults. Oh, I know what we're going to do this weekend. We're not going to the pub. We're going to go for a protest. Yeah. Let's protest all the migrants in the hotels because they're getting free cars. They're getting citizenship. They're getting their driving licenses and mobile phones and flat screen TVs. It's all lies because it's just not true. It's just little bollocks. They're getting paid more than I am, they are. All the people complaining, all the ones that don't go to work themselves. Complaining about those not working, and they're the ones that don't go to work. It's just mind-numbing. It really is. People are bored, aren't they? Nothing better to do apart from hate on people. Bit of a plug for Canada. We have far more grocery stores and dispensaries than fast food places. Good. Good. Fast food just rips you off. Coffee shops, oh my God, rip you off. The amount of money, or maybe not so much now, but the amount of money it needs to make on coffee, it's ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, I don't know what we pay for coffee in the United States or Canada at the moment, but we just bought Brazilian coffee per Arabica. And what was that, 360? 365 for a quarter of a kilo, 250 grams. So what would that be in pounds?
It's 120 euros for £3, so £3.
About £3. £3 of coffee, ground. We sometimes buy the grains as well because if they're going to be hanging about, they last longer. Use a grinder. Got to use your grinder. Yeah, you know. Anyway, bros, the background looks majestic. Let me just show you. We are in a little place called San Juan. On the other side of the river, and it's actually a lovely river this time of year. Come the rainfall, it will be, how to put it, like a fucking torrent. Well, it's quite deep here as well. It flows up. Ow. It's crazy how much water goes through there. So. It's the Gartempe River. Isn't that lovely? You know? And this is a little, little park place, a little plantation of trees and that. It's quite nice, you know. There are picnic tables and that. So, you know, it's quite nice. And people come in lunchtimes and have the food and that. And then, you know, or make out with their bit on the side. I'm sure that's what goes on. I'm saying that, I'll tell you. You don't normally meet up with the missus at lunchtime, do you? No, it's going to be the mistress. Caroline, No, that's all right. No, I tell her. No, I ain't got a mistress. No one will have me. I'm too fat. I think cook, make a nice drinks at home while the kids watch and learn. Spot on. Really important. Our kids' education, well, it should start at home. It should start at home. There might, I'll put this little video on here. I think it's called My Granddaughter or something like that. But yeah, anyway, it's a little clip. You'll see it's my little granddaughter, Anna Grace. And she's only 8, you know, and she's writing poems and reciting them. She's ahead at school, you know, but all my grandchildren are ahead at school. And why is that? It's because all our children, they work with the kids, you know, especially Yasmin. They've done a thing called, it's called now. What was it called again? Kumon. And so they get all this work every week and stuff like that, and they have to go meet up and get, you know, they look at giving new work for the following week, blah blah. Anyway, and done really, really well on the basis of that, and they're really ahead. The only problem we've got now is that the school can't cater for them, which is a major problem because they're getting bored. Especially Grace, the one in that little video. She's getting when she's getting bored because she picks a lip, you know, and her lips get sore because she's not learning anything while she's there. She in some ways, she'd be better to be homeschooled at the moment, but then that causes other problems. But, you know, it's difficult, isn't it? You know, and also friends and stuff are there. Yeah, little Grace. She's a great little girl. She is my little darling. Kuman's really good. That is really good. It is really good. They've stopped now because time's got a bit hard, and when the AI basically took his job, he's all right now. They probably might resume it. I don't know. But Yasmin's still working with the kids. You know, she still does loads of worksheets and stuff like that, and gives them points, and then they can they get money for it. You know what I mean? It's just an encouragement to they get a few pennies so they can go shopping and stuff. And they love it. They absolutely crave learning, and it's so funny sometimes. One of my little granddaughters, Yasmin's youngest daughter, little Naina, she was in the workshop with me, you know, cutting a bit of wood and, you know, just with a filing it and stuff, you know what I mean? And her mum was calling her, right, because her dinner was done, right? She went like, the word was like, she went, "Just 1 minute, darling." Okay, mummy, just 1 minute, darling. What the fuck? Where does this come from? They're hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, kids are. Hey, Kevin, lad. Hey, my friend. Hope you well. Give her something to do with her hands. It really helped. My nervous and bored. Yeah, that's only when she's in school. So maybe she needs some sort of stress ball or something she grabs, you know what I mean? That's not a bad idea. That's a really good idea, actually. Something like that. Something actually like something she can, you know. She's stressed because she is bored senseless at school. It's only when they do things that she's interested in, like, for instance, languages and stuff like that. All the reading levels, she's gone way past it. She's on adult reading, really, to be honest. All the topics are not really good. They don't, you know, you'll be really careful. But that's the reading level she's at. And I don't know. But that's because of the effort that Yasmin's put in. I think any child could achieve it if you've got the right nurturing, you know. I think it's really important. They are the next generation, aren't they? They're the ones that will save us all. I hope. Education is key. Now, Tony Blair said this, right, when he was doing his campaigns, right? He said, education, education, education. And now they're telling people now, right, with the new government, well, maybe don't need a degree. Oh, maybe don't need this, don't need that, don't need an education. Absolute bollocks. I'm sorry. I believe everybody needs decent education and further education. Even I've done a degree, all right? I've only done one, but I've done a degree. And what that did for me was change the way I thought. Yeah, the way I think. You know, work things out and stuff, more nuances and look at things differently. Nothing was like just had to be there. You then end up being more wide-eyed, you know, and take in more. And that way you can actually see the nuances and see the stuff that, yeah, if you do one thing, what else does it affect, you know? It's just logic, really, I suppose. But it really helps me. 40 odd when I start doing that, you know. Was it 40? No, it wasn't. I was only before 40. I was about 35. Yeah, 35 when I went to college. University, so I had to do that. And it's, as a more mature student, I was very much, I wanted to learn, do you know what I mean? I wasn't like just forced to go there, so I was under my own terms. But, you know, a lot of people can't afford to do it now, can they, you know? Education, further education should be free. I think everyone should have an opportunity to increase their, you know, their knowledge base, you know, and topics that interest them, obviously. But I think it's very important. It's really, really important. If we follow the lead of someone like, you know, Trump or Nigel Farage, you know, and then Elon Musk and all that, not everyone is going to make it in this world because of, they're not all Elon Musks, are they? Besides, he's a fascist anyway, I think. Not Nazi. He is a Nazi. Oh yeah, by the way, sales in Germany, for instance, of Tesla down 76%. Yes, boycott work, you know. They have to sit up and pay attention. And yeah, and maybe they'll come round one day, but I've got my doubts. These people are just awful human beings. At the end of the day, you know, he's like father, like son, you know, he got, well, his dad, Elon Musk's father, he was quite happy, wasn't he, to, yeah, molest his children, yeah, and stepdaughters and that, and then get them pregnant, and, you know, apparently that's okay, you see. As far as he was concerned, when he was interviewed the other day, it's if they're young enough to bleed, you know. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Got no bloody morals. They think they own everything. They think they can do whatever they want. They are disgusting, and a bit like Trump, disgusting people. Ah, horrendous people. They should chop off their winkies. They should make me unique. Put the balls off. A pair of bricks will do. Just use a pair of bricks. It's more fun. Oh, I love a dazzler. Philosophy degree would have been a very expensive way to make me qualified to ask you and fries with. Oh, I got you. Sorry. Depends where you are, isn't it? You know, go to Scotland. Education, further education's free over there. Used to be free in the UK, you know. It's like the grant. Oh, crikey, what's it called then? For nurses, for education for nurses and what have you. Bursary, yeah, bursary grants. You know, used to get a bursary grant, didn't they? And they got taken away. Now that's been brought back, but in like a lightweight mode. It's pointless. It's just stupid. Otherwise, we just have a population of people who really doesn't know one end of the stick to the other. You know, yeah, too many stupid people. The stupid is as stupid does. That is. That's a crying shame. We really need to increase our knowledge base. It's very important. I don't know why people question it now. I really don't.
It says here, Donald Trump claims he was officially a better physical specimen than Obama.
Can I repeat that? I don't know if you heard that. Apparently, Trump has just claimed. Is it on his Truth Social?
No, it's on this thing, whatever.
All right. Apparently, Donald Trump has just claimed that he's officially a better, healthy example of a specimen, male specimen, than Obama. Barack Obama. You're fucking having a laugh, aren't you? That man is deluded. Does he honestly believe that? Or did he just say it? He's never been a physical.
Didn't you run him down yesterday or something, and everyone was silent. I can't remember where it was now.
Oh.
Some kind of Navy or
Oh
something.
yes, that was when you went to see the Navy and that.
It was something they were going to laugh or applaud what you were saying about them, and they were all really silent and no one said anything.
No, so they shouldn't. But he did say he could run. He said he did say that Obama was good at running.
Did he?
Yeah. He was quite agile. He used to bounce down the steps and stuff. He was good on escalators and steps, apparently, with Obama. So said Trump. But he's a terrible politician, he said. Oh my God! Do you know how painful it is for me to have to listen, read up, and watch all the stuff I have to watch about Trump just so I can do this channel? It's nuts, I tell you. Fucking nuts. It's just these people are they're out of their minds. There's so many crazy, brain dead people out there that follow them as well. It's mind numbing. How can you be so stupid? I don't understand. How can you believe all that stuff they say? It's getting more and more ridiculous, though, isn't it?
Like my daughter's neighbour who's flying England and St George's flag.
Oh, the flag hunters.
Yeah.
I
knock on the door to chat to her.
Yeah. But it's like a lot of these things, haven't they? They've been, what's the word? Hijacked. Yeah, like the flag, like the Union Jack, like the Stars and Stripes, like.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
it's like this George's flag in the UK and that as well. They've all been hijacked by right-wing politicians to hoodwink you and think, hang on, if you don't agree with us, you're not a patriot, which is a load of bollocks, you know. You don't have to be a nasty piece of work to be a patriot. That's just ridiculous. You know, you can love your country, can't you? You know, why the hell shouldn't you? You know, the Scottish flag. I'm sure Hastam loves the Scotland, you know. And why the hell shouldn't you? You know, trying to hijack a flag. Yeah, hijacking a flag just to suit a narrative. It's ridiculous. And also, it's probably the most unpatriotic thing you can do.
Really?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's not just flag styling, there's other symbols, like, for instance, iconics symbols and semiotics. You're all about, you make a lot of noise now. Oh, got a worm. Do you want to share it with me, darling? And we can meet in, is that so you didn't have to meet in the middle? And then you got other symbols. These are really healthy, aren't they? Like,
vegan?
oh, the vegan one, okay. Covered in sugar.
Yeah.
And then you got other symbols and icons, like the term woke. Oh my God's sake. None of these people can actually explain what woke means for a start. And then when it comes down to it, it's just, everything's been weaponised. It's just been weaponised. You know, it's like turning hate again towards minority, you know, the trans people, LGBTQ, or anyone's a minority, because they haven't, there's not enough of them to have enough defence, I suppose. Instead, they just get attacked all the while. It's foul play. It really is. Everything's getting weaponised, and just like Muslims and stuff like that. Oh yeah, they're all out there. They're walking out. I don't know what Trump would say. Something he'd say that they're going to bomb you or something, wouldn't he?
Probably. Well, a mosque was burnt down. Oh, I'm ringing.
Was that a mosque?
Wait a minute.
She's ringing. She's
ringing.
wanted.
It's got to be Yasmin.
Oh, it's Yasmin. It's my daughter. There's little Grace's mother.
Hello.
Philosophy degree with there we go. There we go. Jean, a guy. Is it Jane or is it Jean? Love from Indiana. Oh crikey. What did Billy say? Can't see him there with Billy. If you use bricks, don't get your thumb in between. That's a good point, you know. That's a really good point. Yeah, that's obviously for the unicism. Is that an actual word? Is there such a thing as a unicism? You did a science degree in nursing. Well, that's pretty cool. What's that down?
The school's just called. Your little granddaughter's just made another racist comment against her. And she's
Again?
6. And she's 6. What did they say?
My little 6-year-old at school just had another racist attack or comment. Again.
Apparently she looks like she's a monkey because she's brown.
She looks like she's a monkey. She looks like a monkey because she's brown. How old is she now?
6. That's
6.
the third racist comment she's had.
This week, isn't it?
Huh?
That's the third this week, isn't it?
Not this week. She had a coconut one last week.
Are they from the same person?
No, 3 different children. And then she had a pencil one last term.
Not be funny, but little Toad, you could probably flatten them. She's a strong little bugger, she is, I'll tell you. But 6-year-olds getting racism now in the UK. You don't expect that, do you? You really don't expect news to be like that. That's Nigel Farage for you, you know? And all these flag humpers. Disgusting people. Oh, cheers, Ernstone. Yeah, I know. I'm a vindictive bastard, me. I am a really vindictive bastard. People who have attacked me in the past, I've gone in stealth. I make their lives a fucking misery. Mainly my family, actually. They attack my family, but you know, if people want, you know, I go a bit mad. My neighbour once hosed my she's a bit crazy, right? She's a nutter, and she thought we grassed her up because she keep locking the kid inside, and we didn't say anything. She thought it was us, so she hosted I think it was Stefan or Yasmin. I think it was Yasmin. While she's on a little scooter going around in circles on the patio, and she hosed her down. That's the kind of people they are, you know. So in the middle of the night, I got her hose while she's in bed. Right, I put it in the letterbox, flooded the house out. Thank them. They didn't know it's me, did they? You know? They probably thought it was me, but there's no evidence. So there you go. Tough tea. What's my opinion on Scottish independence? Alistair knows my opinion on Scottish independence. I don't want it to happen. I think it must. Because you've been abused. Been raped, basically, by... You pay more money into the system than you get out of it. It's a bit like California, you know? California also go independent. And any blue states. Yeah, they all need to go independent, so they don't have to put up with this bullshit. Do you think that's why they attack them? Not just because they're blue states, but because generally the blue states are the ones that make the money, and Trump wants control of the money. Hello there. Norway. Mad world also means angry world, so maybe there's something there. Personally, I stay away from the dark side powers. Look, I am your father, Luke. No! But maybe some folk need to get good and angry, yes. There's ways of doing it. You don't have to be vicious. There's ways of making these people's lives difficult without being nasty. Of course there is. Like, for instance, make sure they can't get to work. Polyurethane foam up the old exhaust pipe. You know that stuff you squirt around your windows and that to seal them in? Yeah, that sort of stuff. But even better, if you shove it down that little tube and then shove it down the exhaust, I wouldn't have a fucking clue. The sandbox, the boxes will get completely filled up. Be hilarious. You never start it like that. We would like some MN in up in Canada. What's MN? Yes, we fund the UK. Scotland is a monster cash cow. Edinburgh just overtaken London for GDP. Really? I didn't know that, Alistair. That's very... I'm going to look up that one. So Edinburgh has overtaken London for the gross domestic product. Crikey. When you consider that, yeah, you've got the city and all that, you know. It just shows that's on a downturn, doesn't it? Do they have a stock exchange in Scotland? Or was it all done at London? Minnesota is blue! Is it? Tell her if they are calling her names, they will leave. Oh yeah, I see point, yeah. So if they're calling her names, they won't bully anyone else. The thing is, she's a sweet girl, but if she really wanted to, she'd lay him out. She's She was doing karate as well. And she's got a bit of I think she's got a bit of ADHD, she's a bit of attention deficit disorder. So she's either really good or really bad. I mean, bad isn't actually her bad, isn't that bad? But she's mischievous. I have no complaints about the marchers, says Skeets, but keep all flags out of them, national or otherwise. Our UK has a diverse community, yes, and they all have helped build our country. Yes, they have. I haven't got a problem with the flags, as long as they're if all the flags are out. Everyone's got flags of all nations, and it's like a mixed bag there, isn't it? Along with the LGBTQ and all that as well, the rainbow flag. It's just a flag. It's the fact that it's been weaponised, isn't it? And that's the sad thing about it. Especially it used to mean something. Actually mean something worth meaning. But now it's like it has the wrong connotations linked to it now. When you think of things like the England flag, the St George's Cross and all that. When you think of that, and it's like if you think of a load of skinheads, Nazi salutes and stuff. The Nigel Farage, even though he's not a skinhead, but he's a fake patriot. He is. He's no patriot. He went over to the United States, went in their Congress committee meeting or something. Anyway, so he asked him questions. He asked them questions, so to speak, and he basically tried to tell them to put sanctions on the United Kingdom, and he wants to be the Prime Minister. The man who wants the United States to sanction the UK? What? He's no patriot. It's all fake. He's a snake oil salesman. It's a greasy little snake oil salesman. Make skinheads Scar reggae. Oh God, I love Scar. Yeah, I love the madness and all that sort of stuff as well. And then Blondie, and it's like punk but really musical. Fascism stops at the Canadian border. Well, there ain't a lot travelling, is there? Not now. Crikey. There's several airlines now struggling in the United States. They're not getting the bookings. They're just not getting the bookings. It's also affecting Canadian airlines as well, because obviously they're going to the US, or were. But that's the price they're going to have to pay, It's the price you have to pay. It's all part of... Everyone's got to make a sacrifice to make things better. It's like an investment. It's like an investment in the future. That sacrifices your investment. And without making that investment, nothing's going to improve, nothing will get better. We all have to say no to stuff. We need to stop making the rich huge amounts of money. Find other ways to spend your money. Spread it out, in other words, Instead of buying stuff on Amazon, for instance, there's bound to be another website out there. It's a smaller business, who could probably do that trade instead of pass it all over to Jeff Bezos. These people are scum, These multi-billionaires and millionaires, a lot of them are just scums. Very few of them are good people who will help other people. They've got all that wealth and all that, what a fantastic way to put your legacy in the history books. Wouldn't it be to regularly do good, help people, help people? But no, they will keep it all for themselves in that counting house, counting their money. It's madness. It's just madness. It's greed and obsession. It's pointless. What's more important than money? I'll tell you what it is love, and getting the people to love you. Now, Trump thought people loved him, but they hate him. Apart from the stupid people. But to get people to, maybe not to hate you because you're rich, you know. Just to help the people. I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. The thing about it is, you haven't even got to do it in a way where you start losing your wealth. You could do it in a way where you hold on to your wealth, but you use that wealth because it makes more money, you know. Like, I don't know, invest in housing or something for people so they've got somewhere to live. Low-priced housing, you know, low rents. Or even free rents so people get on their feet. You know, get people off the street so they get a chance. A lot of people are living on the streets, not because they want to. A lot of people living on the streets because they can't find a way out. Help them. It's not, none of this stuff is difficult. During COVID, they found somewhere for them all to go. In the UK, that is. And then they, you know, told them to get out. So they found a way. There's plenty of people out there that need a helping hand, you know. Invest in small businesses, you know. Next small business might be a big business. You never know. Help people. You know, it shouldn't... The amount of money these people have got, no, I don't mean just give them out handouts and what have you, unless it's a matter of life and death and stuff, you know, but to actually help people get their foot on the ladder. Help people to, you know, just... You see, here in France, right, there is a scheme. We don't have that in the UK. If you're buying a new house, I don't know what it is now, but it used to be 30 grand. The government would give you 30,000 to put down against a house. But it had to be your first property, and it also had to be a new house. So the whole thing is about obviously keeping the house building and stuff moving and what have you as well. But I don't know if the UK's got anything like that. I don't know if I very much doubt you've got anything like that in the United States. There's so many people that are living in below par accommodation in there, especially in the United States, you know. There's a lot of poverty in the States in there. Huge amount. That's a failure of government. It always is a failure of government. It's their responsibility to make sure that people have the tools to be able to make it in life. And if you're struggling, there's always something that people can do. There's people out there who've found it very difficult to move forwards. But everybody has something to give. Everyone has a strength. Just know what it is, isn't it? You know? Don't have to be negativity all the time. We should be looking at poverty. And they've got the means to do this. They've got the money to do this. Why wouldn't you want that as your legacy than doing what they're doing, you know, building spaceships. So rich people can go on little trips. Fucking hell. Crazy. I'll tell you what we need, though. We need some more exploding submarines, and the rich people can go on those trips. Maybe. A bit of implosion, that's the key. Did you see that some stupid small plane pilot nearly flew into Air Force One? No, I didn't see that. Pity they missed. When returning to the USA, the controller had to shout, "Get your laptop." Doge cuts, probably, yeah. Get off your laptop. Oh my God. Yeah, everyone's on government shutdown at the moment, not getting paid, are they? They're still planning to have to work, but they don't get paid. Not yet. They should get their money. That should all be, yeah. So there's government shutdown, but then Mike Johnson has just announced another week. Another week of shutdowns. So, yeah. And why is that? Well, they don't want to see the whole list, do they? They don't want you to know what's going on. Yes, because they know full well that Donald Trump was on the list. And also, poor old Mike Johnson's getting a bit of grief at the moment since some screenshots and various other bits of information have been leaked. Also now with some solicitors, apparently. Him on Grindr. What is it about these people? They're all closet gays. No, I wouldn't say I've no problem with gays, but when people attacking, people who are closet gays, then start attacking people who are gay or trans or whatever, it's so pathetic. It's weak. These people are weak. There's nothing much stronger than you coming out. Your family and all that. You know full well, some people are not going to be warm to the fact, are they? That you either you always knew there's something different about you, that you are a gay or a trans person in the wrong body, whatever. Because there's no such thing as the transgender. That's just bollocks. That's a load of bollocks. You either are or you're not. Plain simple. I mean, I hear people like Sheila Fogarty on LBC Radio using her for going on about transgenders, like there's an option, you know. The only option is not to come out. Like, for instance, you know who you are. You get to that point where it clicks, I imagine. You know who you are, and maybe you always knew. That's who you are. Well, so bloody what? Let people live their lives, you know. Why have everyone got to be so bitchy about it all the time? It doesn't affect anybody else. It's stupid. Hello. Gonna do a cup of Joe. A cup of Joe. Greetings to ya. You have money, like a whole lot of money. Politicians aren't that expensive to buy. Well, I ain't got a lot of money, I'll tell you. Me and ministers really hand to mouth. But yeah, rich people could do something decent with their money, couldn't they? Yeah, not bad. I'm not bad morning at all, my friend. Not from Virginia, says the Rocket Dog. Put my dogs in the back here, look. In my messy car. There's Sebastian. And Pandora's snoring. So a little bit of shopping in San Diego. And also, apparently I'm cute. Hello, Lizalda. I'm gay, and I think you're cute. Sorry. Oh dear. Life's too short. Do you know what? I think comedy and just take the piss out of shit. You know what I mean? I think it's a great healer. Because things are tough at the minute, aren't they? Let's be honest. Stuff is tough. I find it tough just watching what's going on, let alone blinking them. At least at least I'm here in France and things seem to make more sense, even though we keep getting through prime ministers like water. Although I think this new one's a bit more on the left, so they might be there for a bit longer. Because don't be realised what happened last time with, I think it was, crikey, was it? Pardon, I just can't remember that. But anyway, to keep the right out, the left-wing parties, including the Green Party, they got together, yeah, and kept them out, which kept Macron in. But also, it meant that they should have been, one of them parties on the left that got together should have been able to have a prime minister from their party. But the but was that Macron said, no, I'm not going to do that. We won't be able to work with you. And he's got through like 3 prime ministers over the last year. And this last one's only been in about a month. So it's like 4. So yeah, yeah, it is mad over here as well, but not to that extent. We just don't want Marine Le Pen, even though it's not legal for her to be in politics at the moment because of a court case. Okay. What did Gina say? I lost 95% of my friends when I came out. Oh, blimey. I don't really talk to family anymore either, but it was either come out or wouldn't be here anymore. Oh, crikey. I'm sorry to hear that, Gina. Why are people so shallow? So many people are so shallow. Why? Are they embarrassed? Do they feel ashamed of themselves, maybe? I don't know. Do you sometimes feel a bit lonely? Maybe. I won't be surprised. That's horrible. I don't get it. I don't understand people sometimes. I really don't. And I'm a straight gazer, you know. I'm bent in other ways. But you know, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people have to be so freaking horrible. You know, a friend of ours has got 2 sons and a daughter who's now a son, and he's had his breast removed and stuff like that. Gone for, you know, various operations, but you have to be a brave person to do that. Not just with operations, but just to tell people. That must be so hard. Carol, I'm really reckon if you were a trans, because my dad, this is my wife here, is a trans woman.
No, I'm not.
What do you reckon, darling?
What?
If you had that, I don't know, because we're not wearing those shoes, but
No.
if you were, you thought there was something, but not believe, but you knew that you were different, that you were probably
It's up to anyone to do what they want to do.
yeah, but no, but if it was you, how easy would you have found it to tell people?
Well, me, myself, very, very difficult because I'm quite a nervous person. So, but that must be difficult for anybody, mustn't it?
Oh, it's brave. I
And
think it's
you're
really
quite
brave.
people.
Yeah, very brave. Because at the end of the day, it's quite a difficult situation to get in the right place. Just to be able to speak about it, really.
I've got 2 friends with trans children. One, well, they're adults now. One's was a male and now a female, and one was a female and now a male. But you know, they're real lovely people.
Doesn't make any
That
difference.
makes no difference.
You're still, you are who you are still. Inside.
Yeah. Well,
You
that
know,
is-
that hasn't changed, has it?
Well, no, and this was about years ago. It's just people who didn't have the confidence to do anything.
Well,
about
it must be
years
harder
ago.
then,
Yeah.
in some ways. But now it's sort of like come full circle again, where it's going to be hard again because you got some very anti-trans people out there, and for such a sort of 0.01% of the population, or some tiny amount of people, I don't have the keys anymore. Anything out there, have I? No. Make sure I don't have... Sorry about that. My phone is disconnecting me. Yeah, the other day I mislaid my keys, right? Which I'll put them in there. I mislaid my keys. I couldn't find them. They'd fell under the seat in the back here, right? With the seat down for the dogs. And so I was like hunting everywhere for my keys. Couldn't even find the spare set, could I?
No.
Which are also in the car for stupid reason. Caroline found them. Anyway, I had to go back, pick Caroline up from the airport. I went in the camper van. Bloody great
Come
camper.
back, I've got a flat tire.
And we came back, we've got a flat tyre, brand new tyres on it as well. And one of them's got a flatty. Fucking hell. Anyway, do you know what, Dan? I think that's time to go because I've got to drive now. I think driving and doing lives is... I know you see people do it in the US, don't you? But I think actually if you could handle the phone and look at it. I suppose if you could just point it the other way, it wouldn't matter, would it?
Bye-bye. Have a
Anyway,
nice day.
time to go. Oh, you can say bye-bye, have a nice day, is what you said?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a nice day?
Well,
She's
what's left of her?
she's very lucky, yeah. She's got me, isn't she?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a hunk, aren't I? Huh?
Well, those
Yeah,
got-
no,
well,
okay.
they've got 6 lovely children.
Yeah, I feel a bit blessed like that. When you see the little video, my granddaughter Grace, it's on the channel. It's in on the shorts feed on the channel, and she's got morals.
She took this little poem to school and didn't get any response or any
They wouldn't
credit for it at
understand.
all. So she's a bit
They're
upset
ki-
about
they're-
it. So she asked Grandpa if he put it on his channel. So,
Caroline, the people that she's saying, the kids that she's doing this poem to, wouldn't understand.
No.
Most of them are stupid. It's not be funny. She shouldn't be at school.
No.
Well, she shouldn't. She's got brains like me.
that's for the teacher to look at, not for the children.
Oh, for the teacher. Well, the teacher's busy, and she didn't time
She
for
did
that.
look at it, but she didn't actually say much about it. She just handed it back.
Oh, she ain't a very good teacher, is she? She's pretty shit, isn't she? There you go. Anyway, it's time to go. I say I've got to love you and leave you. Thanks, Stum, for all the whacker trolls. You take care, Jane, and I just think yourself lucky that you're not in the United States because it's horrendous over there at the moment. Absolutely horrendous. You can always move into Europe. We know several people in there trans, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining in Ontario. That's Not raining here today. No, it's a lovely day. It is a lovely day. Right, just scooting down.
You're still live.
Anyway, time to go. Toodaloo.